Yeah. And when you are, for instance, when we were here before.
When Oprah's like, stand up and show me your body, show us why you're worthy of being here. That was so not okay.
She was so freaking mean to me. I was in shock. Do you take responsibility for the situation that you're in right now?
100%.
Oprah Winfrey is a global icon, known for her impactful roles in films like The Color Purple and Selma, her influential talk show, and her philanthropic efforts, including donating $500 million to various causes. While she has touched the lives of millions, not everyone in the entertainment industry is eager to collaborate with her. Over her 5-decade career, several celebrities have had disagreements or conflicts with the Queen of Talk. Here are some notable figures who have reportedly refused to work with Oprah Winfrey. Starting off today, we are talking about Mo'Nique. Mo'Nique's clash with Oprah Winfrey is one of Hollywood's most gripping tales of friendship gone awry. Picture this. Mo'Nique, fresh off her Oscar win for Precious, is on top of the world. She had always admired Oprah, seeing her as a mentor and a beacon of empowerment, but things took a very sharp turn when Oprah decided to air a show featuring Mo'Nique's family, a family fraught with painful memories. Oprah invited Mo'Nique's brother, who had admitted to harming her, for an exclusive interview. Mo'Nique had reluctantly given her blessing for this, hoping it might bring healing to others. However, what she didn't expect was for Oprah to also invite her mother and father onto the show without her knowledge. Learning that her estranged parents were part of the episode felt like a gut punch. Mo'Nique was blindsided and felt deeply betrayed. She believed that Oprah had exploited her personal trauma for television ratings, turning her most vulnerable moments into sensationalized content. It wasn't just about the interview, it was about trust being shattered. Feeling cornered, Mo'Nique began to speak out. She accused Oprah, along with industry giants Tyler Perry and Lee Daniels, of blackballing her in Hollywood. She claimed that after she refused to aggressively promote Precious without additional pay, they labeled her as, quote, difficult, a tag that can be career-ending in showbiz. According to Mo'Nique, these powerful figures used their influence to sideline her, effectively putting her in what she called a, quote, Hollywood prison. In her stand-up routines and in interviews, Mo'Nique didn't hold back. She called out Oprah by name, making it crystal clear that the wounds were deep and the bridge was burnt. To her, Oprah wasn't the inspiring figure the world adored, but someone who had betrayed her trust and derailed her career. Next up, we are talking about 50 Cent. When it comes to celebrities who can't stand Oprah Winfrey, 50 Cent definitely has a spot on this list. The rapper, born Curtis Jackson, has never been one to hold back his opinions, and his long-standing feud with Oprah is no exception to that. It all started when he noticed that hip-hop artists were notably absent from her show. Feeling snubbed, he publicly criticized her for not inviting rappers onto her platform, accusing her of catering exclusively to a white, middle-aged female audience. In a bold 2006 interview with Elle magazine, he didn't mince words, calling her a, quote, Oreo, a term suggesting that she was black on the outside but white on the inside. But 50 Cent didn't just stop at words. In a move dripping with his signature sarcasm, he named his pet dog Oprah, turning his personal jab into a daily reminder of their beef. The tension between them became a hot topic, highlighting a clash between two influential figures from very different worlds. Fast forward to 2012, and Oprah decided to extend an olive branch by interviewing him at his grandmother's home. Sitting down in a setting far removed from the glitz and glamour, they had a candid conversation about their differences. 50 Cent expressed that he felt she was against his music and the culture it represented, shedding light on why he felt marginalized. The interview was definitely a turning point, showing that even the biggest feuds can find some kind of common ground. Still, the journey to that moment was filled with sharp comments and pointed gestures that kept fans and the media buzzing. Next, we are talking about Chris Brown. Chris Brown's clash with Oprah is a compelling chapter in the saga of celebrities who can't stand the media mogul. After the shocking shocking incident in 2009 where Chris harmed his then-girlfriend Rihanna, the world was buzzing with outrage and a ton of disappointment. Oprah didn't stay silent. She dedicated an entire episode of her show to discuss the serious issue of DV. She made a powerful statement, quote, "If a man hits you once, he will hit you again." While many applauded her for addressing the topic head-on, Chris took it personally. He felt singled out and believed that Oprah was indirectly attacking him without giving him a chance to explain or redeem himself. What stung even more for Chris was that he had previously performed at Oprah's Leadership Academy for girls in South Africa. In his mind, they had a cordial relationship, and he expected a bit more support, or at least neutrality from her. He expressed his disappointment publicly, saying that he felt let down by someone he thought was in his corner. Chris believed that Oprah could have used her influential platform to help him learn and grow from his mistakes, rather than, as he saw it, adding to the public condemnation. This feeling of betrayal, fueled by his resentment towards her, landing him squarely on the list of celebrities who can't stand Oprah Winfrey. Next, we are talking about Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg and Oprah Winfrey, two iconic figures who both dazzled audiences in the 1985 classic The Color Purple, had a surprising and long-standing estrangement that left many fans puzzled. Despite sharing the screen in such a beloved film and being national treasures of the same age, the two didn't speak for years afterward. The tension became public when Whoopi was noticeably absent from Oprah's star-studded Legends Ball guest list in 2006, raising eyebrows and fueling rumors. So, what happened between the two? According to some, including author Kitty Kelly, professional jealousy might have played a role. Whoopi snagged an Oscar nomination for Best Actress for her role in The Color Purple, while Oprah was nominated for Best Supporting Actress. This difference in recognition could have created an unspoken rift between them. Imagine being part of such a groundbreaking film and then feeling overshadowed. That's definitely enough to strain any relationship. But here is where the story takes a heartwarming turn. Years later, during a reunion of the Color Purple cast on Oprah's show, the two finally addressed the elephant in the room. At a party hosted by their mutual friend Tyler Perry, they had a candid conversation. Oprah reportedly said, "You think I'm mad at you? I thought you were mad at me." They both realized that years of silence were based on a simple misunderstanding. All it took was an honest chat to clear the air. They laughed about how a single conversation years earlier could have saved them from a lot of unnecessary distance. This tale of miscommunication between Whoopi and Oprah adds another chapter to the list of celebrities who haven't always seen eye to eye with the Queen of Talk. It's a reminder that even the biggest stars can have misunderstandings, and sometimes all it takes is a conversation to set things right. Next up, we are talking about David Letterman. David Letterman and Oprah Winfrey, two titans of television, had a legendary feud that spanned more than 20 years, and it's a story filled with humor, misunderstandings, and a touch of awkwardness. It all supposedly kicked off in the late 80s with a prank that didn't quite land as Dave intended. Imagine them both dining at the same upscale restaurant. Ever the prankster, Letterman thought it would be hilarious to tell the waiter that Oprah would cover his check. So, when the waiter presented Oprah with the bill for both tables, she was less than amused. That little joke didn't sit well with her, and it planted the seed for years of tension. Fast forward to 1995, and Letterman is hosting the Oscars. He opens the show with a famously awkward bit: Oprah, Uma. Uma, Oprah. The joke fell flat, and many felt it was at Oprah's expense. She wasn't thrilled about being the punchline on such a grand stage, and the media buzzed about a growing rift between the two. For years, they avoided each other, fueling speculation and turning their estrangement into one of Hollywood's most talked about feuds. In 2005, Oprah decided to break the ice and appeared on The Late Show to address the situation head on. Sitting across from Letterman, she said candidly, "I have never for a moment had a feud with you. I want you to know it's really over, whatever you thought was happening." It seemed like they were finally burying the hatchet, But here's where it gets even more interesting. Later on, Oprah revealed that her discomfort actually dated back to 1989 when she was a guest on Letterman's show. She felt blindsided by the audience's reaction, which she believed was influenced by a controversial episode of her own show that had aired the day before. She left that interview feeling uneasy, and those feelings lingered for years. From Dave's ill-timed jokes to Oprah's lingering discomfort, their complicated relationship is a tale of how small misunderstandings can escalate even between the biggest celebrities. Next, we are talking about James Frey. James Frey believed he had struck literary gold when Oprah selected his memoir, A Million Little Pieces, for her esteemed book club. Suddenly, his raw and unflinching tale of addictions skyrocketed to the top of bestseller lists. But then, the unexpected happened. Investigative journalists uncovered that Frey had fabricated and exaggerated significant portions of his true story. When Oprah discovered the deception, she felt personally betrayed, and she wasn't about to ignore it. In a gripping and unforgettable episode of her show, Oprah invited Frey back for a public confrontation. Sitting face to face, she didn't hold back. Quote, "I feel duped," she told him candidly. Quote, "But more importantly, I feel that you betrayed millions of readers." The audience was utterly silent as Frey squirmed under her intense gaze. The showdown was dramatic, unfolding before millions of viewers. The fallout was swift. His publisher dropped him, bookstores pulled his book from the shelves, and his reputation took a serious hit. Although they eventually reconciled years later, the damage was already done. Frey experienced firsthand the immense influence Oprah wields and the consequences of falling out of her favor. It's no surprise that he remains one of the celebrities who can't stand Oprah Winfrey. His story is a stark reminder: crossing Oprah can leave you exposed under a very unforgiving spotlight. While Oprah Winfrey remains a beloved and influential figure, her interactions with these celebrities highlight that even the most admired individuals can have conflicts and misunderstandings.